guy just said, what's in that Ducati?
You're gonna beat every class.
What's up, guys? BT Moto back here, and today we're in, well, I don't know where the hell we are, to be honest with you. It's in the middle of nowhere, like literally nowhere. But we did bring our 2025 V4 out for racing, and we're gonna see what it does against purpose-built bikes. These are bikes that have an extended wheelbase, have engine work. They're made literally to just go in a straight line. And we're taking our bike that's a slip-on with tuning, some gas, and our velocity stacks, and we're seeing how it does against these bikes out here. And they've got this event pretty organized, to be honest with you. So we have cones out in the front there to let people know where to start the race. Then we have marked off way down there. This is basically a road, like a fire road that's just been paved, but there's nobody around here. It's crazy. I haven't seen any cars go up and down this road. So safest place, we're in California, so that means there's not a whole lot of racetracks around here to do any of this kind of stuff. So we got to kind of make our own things out here. So that's what they're doing. This is the safest way we can do this in California. So with the V4, we've entered it in the stock wheelbase class. There's classes here in bracket racing, believe it or not. And we also have it in the stock bottom end class. We're gonna see how it does. So it's been testing pretty well. It's about a half a second slower here than it is in San Diego due to the elevation. We're about, I'd say 3,000 feet up here. And that's definitely having an impact on all of the bikes, not just our bike. So it's even disadvantage across the board. Now the V4 is featuring our stage 2 package just to kind of show people what this bike can do, and the people are pretty surprised with how the bike's doing. So let's get to the action here and see how this bike does in the bracket racing.
Yo, whoever's in the stock wheelbase bracket, get over here.
Picking numbers right now to see who goes first in the lineup on the brackets.
Hey, you in the bracket? Oh,
all right, so they're bracket racing right now. They got 8 people here, and they got doubles of the numbers, and they're all kind of complaining about who got what line matchups, because some of the matchups are not really that even. Some of these bikes are much faster and they know it. They want to race a little more. All right, so our Ducati won the first bracket. Now we're gonna go into the second bracket. So that narrows from 8 to 4. Now we're gonna see what she does in the second bracket. So we barely squeaked by on that run. I think the Ducati won the bracket for the stock wheelbase. They're saying it's over, so I might be wrong, but that's what they're saying right now. Okay, so that wasn't the last race. There's one more to finish out the bracket. It's against an S1000 RR.
There should be a good one.
How'd it go, man?
You got it, bro.
Hell yeah.
This thing is moving. This thing is moving, brother. Same rules apply as the last one. Chase the race. If you spin, you better keep going because nobody gonna stop. Then if you jump the hit, then you lose. This time around, since we don't have like an even bracket, somebody at the end is gonna get a bye. What is this? A 2 or a 5? No way you got to pay. Is that a 5? Oh, you're getting diddy! Hey, you gotta start third. Oh, you're getting diddy! All
right, so we drew a 5. Apparently someone's getting diddied. So this is a bracket where they're gonna have a bye, so they're figuring out who has the bye right now. But we're number 5, we're racing someone else. So let's see what the Ducati does on the stock bottom end. Now that means you can have a stretch bike, you can have head cam, you can have all kinds of weight reduction, all kinds of stuff. So it's kind of more of an open class. I'm not expecting the Ducati to win, but we'll see how far it gets. looks like we won the first bracket, guys. There's still a few more brackets to go. I don't know if the Duck's gonna be able to hang on, but that first bike definitely got diddied. 100% got diddied. All right, looks like we're going up against a built Gixxer on this next pass. Don't know what's gonna happen. We'll see though.
Guy just said, what's in that Ducati?
Oh my god.
It's a wild one.
What the hell, man?
Bro, he's gonna beat every class.
Hey!
You're racing the guy who didn't get a bike. Or, yes, the guy who didn't get a bike.
Alright, come on. It's not my bike. So this is the guy right here. This is BT Moto. This is a tuner.
Hey, what's up?
This is his bike.
If I buy one of these, would you ride it?
I would ride it, but you gotta get tuned by him. Cause it's all the tune too. It's soft.
I'm trying to come here before I go to the dealer.
Yeah, get this. This thing is nasty.
Yeah, I'm seeing that.
James got it, just put on the glass.
You gotta do, alright? For people that set up. Alright?
Hey, so I can send them back down here. We're taking a break.
Yes, sir.
So we won the stock bottom end class. I don't know how we did that, guys. Now we're going over to the run what you brung, which is pretty much just run whatever. It means basically run anything here. So it could be turbo bike, it could be supercharged bike, it could be nitrous, it could be fully built. And we just got a stock V4, so it's running good right now. We're gonna see where she stops, but we got some ice cold VP race fuel. I've been putting it on ice, actually. That's the best way to do it, especially on hot days like this. It's about 80 something degrees here. The bikes are running hot, the MR is running hot, especially VP race fuel when it's hot, no good. So we wanna make sure it's nice and cold. Let's see how far this bike goes. This is crazy. What number we get, let's see.
Oh no. You can ride me?
You guys have to rate these. Sorry, buddy.
Is this true?
Oh no.
My English bad.
So what is it, Rami, exactly? What bike have you got?
Gixxer. A Gixxer.
A Gixxer methanol. 300 pounds Gixxer methanol.
Oh no.
That's gonna be a run. That's gonna be a run. You got it on M5?
Wow.
Yeah, that's gonna be a run.
He said 3 in the hit, I heard him say that.
Yeah, he said you give him 3 minutes. You gotta give him the
We're doing 50.
But not on the shootouts. I give you one more for 3.
Yeah, the Duck got it. The last race we won, but it's because the fuel line was leaking on the other bike. What are the bikes that even came out here today?
Man, there's a lot of semi-built bike, you know, like head and cam, extended, weight reduction, and we happen to beat them in 2 classes, which is crazy. This bike is impressive. Honestly, the top end is just insane. And it's perfect low end. It's not too much low end, so it doesn't really wheelie as hard. It's just as soon as it gets up to 11,000 RPM, this is just freight train.
And when the bike you lost to, what was that bike?
That's a 450 horsepower turbo booster.
450 wheel horsepower, and you had it probably half the track.
About 5th gear, and he just started walking me. I mean, it's a boosted bike.
You got about 3 or 4 bikes on you at the end.
Yeah, I would say about 3-4 bikes, maybe 5 max.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
I mean,
but
these are probably like the fastest bikes some of the fastest bikes in California.
For sure, that bike's pretty fast.
And we got literally a stock V4 here with a couple mods, nothing crazy. It's bolted with tuning and
Bolt on and BT tune. That's
crazy.
it.
Bike's doing great, man. You did a great job
Yeah,
riding,
thank you,
honestly,
brother. I
bro.
appreciate you.
Hell yeah, good job, man. All right, guys, we did it. We won 2 brackets, and we lost the open bracket, which included a 450 wheel horsepower Hayabusa we lost against by 3 to 4 bikes. So now we got the bike all loaded back up here. It's getting really hot. We're gonna get back home and have a celebratory lunch, basically. But like I said before, this bike only has our 1-inch lowering link on it, has VP race fuel, our tuning, a sprint filter, and a slip-on exhaust system from Akrapovic. That's literally the only modifications this bike has. Oh, and our front strap kit as well to hoist the front down. But that's it. And this bike has impressed a lot of people out here. So I think it's a good introduction to our stage 2. This bike, the 25, the way the cam is set up, I mean, this bike is violent up top. We came out here with one goal in mind. It was to impress the people that are purpose-built bikes. I mean, these bikes are some of the fastest bikes in California that we came to with our Ducati here that's basically stock. And a lot of them are very surprised by the results by this bike, and a lot of them are coming to me saying, man, I'm gonna go buy a V4 now. This is a hell of a bike, I'll tell you that right now. All right, guys, we're on our way back home right now. Had a really good day over there with testing on the V4. Here with James, who was the one riding. He's our jockey. It doesn't matter what I do, I just don't have the weight that can compete with him. I'm 190 or so. You're a what?
135.
135 pounds. So yeah, there's no way I'm competing with that. With bikes, power to weight ratio is really key on these things. Now the first bracket race we did was stock wheelbase, and we had a couple decent competitors in there. What were the bikes we raced?
Gixxer 1000 with a heavier rider, and then bolt-on Gixxer 1000, which making plenty of power. We got that stock wheelbase S1000RR with, you know, all of the lightweight modifications.
Yeah, the first bracket is what we wanted to win in the first place. We weren't sure anything else after that. Like everything was kind of like, maybe, maybe not. Then we went to the stock bottom end, and that was kind of crazy that we actually cleaned up that. Because what were the bikes we went up against there?
I think a Gixxer 1000 full bolt-on on C85, lightweight. We got that. The S1000, he's 120 pounds. The bike was no brakes. And then who was at the end? You remember?
Was that built Gixxer?
It was a built Gixxer. Yeah, it was a built Gixxer on M5, fully built but not stroker.
I got it.
On methanol. By luck, we got him as well, which is insane.
It was pretty much luck at that point, yeah. But I mean, the bike's doing things it shouldn't be doing, basically.
Right. The numbers that it's pulling, it's insane. This Ducati will be the new platform, I think, for stock motor. So we should be pulling about 3.2 in San Diego or anything that's not 2,600 feet in elevation. So we're doing 3.6, but realistically about 3.2, 3.3, which is very good for stock wheelbase and no weight reduction.
That's insane. That bike's getting ridden, so you did a great job riding that thing, man. 3.4, 60 through 130 already is crazy, but to know that we were actually pulling it faster down in San Diego just due to the DA. The thing we did is we made sure that the fuel they were putting into it was cold. When he came back, I kind of refreshed it a little bit, just poured a little bit more gas into it, and made sure the tank was just stayed colder and colder, because the way VP fuel works, it does much better when it's colder. In fact, you felt the difference, right?
Oh yeah, it wheelied in second gear, and it hovers perfectly when you pour in the cold MR12. The bike feels so much stronger. It's crazy. So that fuel trick definitely did the job.
Nice.
Like really, really good.
And we tried different sprocket combinations when we tested this bike. We tested it in San Diego a couple times. We went out and just did different sprocket changes, and we found that the best combination for what we had there was actually the stock combination, which is a 1641.
Right.
So a big difference there, because we were actually testing this in the Aprilia the other day, and I was getting 202 indicated, but actually it was running 189. Now a lot of people think that's because, oh, there's some regulation for speedometers and they're off, blah, 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 but they don't really realize that when the tire's spinning that fast, the centrifugal force on the rubber pulls it apart, and the tire swells and becomes bigger. So it's almost like putting more gear onto the bike, and it thinks that the tire is turning slower because the tire is now wider, basically, or taller.
Right.
So pretty good for a bolt-on V4 for 2025. I mean, it's an amazing platform. Even James, he rides a lot of bikes. He races a lot of bikes. He agrees.
It's faster than my H2, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, he brought an H2 out here and it was running a little bit slower than the V4. So he just decided to commit to the V4, and we just ran that the entire time.
Right. The only bike that beat us, like I said, is a turbo Busa with over 400 horsepower and barely beat us in fifth gear. You guys will see that on the video. But like I said, I mean, it's hard to beat a turbo bike, force induction, in half-mile race, which is it's a power race. You know, we did pretty well, and I'm really, really impressive because it's almost unheard of. A stock wheelbase, only strap, bolt on MR12 beating almost everything is mind-blowing.
Yeah, it's good, man. So that's why we brought it out here, was to show people what the tuning can do and the V4 platform is capable of when you de-restrict it properly. The Ducati Panigale V4 for 2025, we're running our velocity stacks on there with our tuning, the gas, the intake, the lowering kit, the 1-inch lowering kit, our caliper kit, and that's pretty much it. That bike is stock. I mean, we're stock gearing and everything we just said. So that's all you basically need to make this bike a rocket ship and be actually competitive in purpose-built racing. So I think that's going to do it for this video. Thanks again, James, for piloting
You're welcome.
the V4, and we'll see you guys in the next one.